Good evening. Imagine that you or a loved one or a friend has a terminal illness, which is going to require multiple blood transfusions over the course of a long period of time. Or let's say you get cancer and are going to have to go through chemotherapy, which often requires blood transfusions over the course of months. Or that you get into an accident, which is going to require a one-time blood transfusion in order to save you, your loved one, or your friend's life. In all three of these instances, your survival or the survival of your loved one is going to depend on the kindness of a complete stranger. According to the American Red Cross, 1 pint of blood can save up to 3 lives. This small donation can have a very important impact in someone else's life. Tonight I'd like to speak with you about blood donation, more specifically why you should, and some concerns people have about donating blood. We'll begin with why you should. There are numerous reasons for donating blood, however tonight I'm only going to go over the most compelling. The following are some facts that support blood donation. A 2002 Government Accountability Office study indicates that the United States blood supply is adequate, however its maintenance is completely dependent upon all volunteer donors making multiple donations. This first chart, entitled Donors versus Receivers in Millions Annually, illustrates the amount of individual donors compared to the amount of individuals that need a blood transfusion. These statistics are accurate as of 2006 according to the American Red Cross. At first glance, it would appear that the amount of donors far exceeds the amount of people who need blood, and therefore we would be in good shape and even have a surplus. However, if we look at the amount of individual donations needed annually in millions, we can see that they come out to about 16 million each. So what this means is that each time someone goes and donates blood, it counts as 1 donation. Each time someone needs blood, they need the same amount. So they work out to be even. Again, these statistics are accurate as of 2006 according to the American Red Cross. So by viewing these two charts, we can see that it's very important for individual donors that are qualified to donate as often as they can. Additionally, the American Red Cross states that on average, 1 pint of blood is taken during a donation. However, the average transfusion requires 3 pints of blood. So with 1 donation per every 3 pints of blood needed for a transfusion again illustrates the importance of multiple donations. Blood donation can also help in the treatment of several conditions and illnesses such as cancer, sickle cell anemia, and individual accidents. These illnesses and conditions can have a very personal impact in your life and illustrate some of the personal benefits of donating blood. The odds are that if you don't already, that you will know someone who needs a blood transfusion in your lifetime. While you may not be able to donate to them directly, depending on blood type and etc., you may be able to help them indirectly. By donating blood, that you can help others that have similar conditions, and in the end, end up helping your loved one, friend, or relative. Donating blood also makes you feel better about yourself. In today's economy, people cannot necessarily donate the same amount to charity as they usually would. However, donating blood is free, and it will give you the same feeling that you would have from donating goods, clothing, or food to a normal charity. Blood donation is also convenient. The average donation takes 10 to 12 minutes, and the administrative portion of blood donation does not take much longer. In fact, you can be out of there usually in a half hour, depending on how long the blood transfusion takes. This is the website www.redcrossblood.org, and is the official site of the American Red Cross, more specifically for their blood donation section. We can see on the right that it shows us, it has an application that we can enter our zip code and see where the closest blood donation center is to us. So for example, Lawton, Oklahoma is a relatively small town with a lot of farmland around it. So if we enter the zip code for Lawton, Oklahoma, and then click go, then the website will find us a blood donations or blood donation centers close to our location. Here we can see that the closest blood donation centers are in Wichita Falls, Texas, which is approximately 45 minutes away, or Oklahoma City, which is approximately an hour and a half away. These distances would seem far to the average person who's used to a more built-up area. However, most people in Lawton go to either Wichita Falls or Oklahoma City to shop in major chain stores. So an extra half hour in your shopping day to save a life isn't really too much to ask. With all that said, I also understand that there's some concerns that people have about donating blood, more specifically medical and administrative concerns. The medical risks that most people are worried about are diseases and their reaction to the blood donation process. As far as the medical reasons go, most people are worried about the needle itself or there being general unsanitary conditions in the clinic. Government regulations cover the administration of blood clinics and blood donation centers and blood banks, and are supervised by the Department of Public Health. Edward Dower's book, Blood Banking Regulation, Procedures, Problems, and Alternatives, gives a good overview of the government's role in the blood donation and storage process. However, as Dower's book was written in 1996, it's more useful as an overview on government roles rather than current laws and regulations governing the topic. And as always, if the donor decides that they do not feel comfortable with the clinic that they're going to donate as, they can always choose to go to another clinic. The other condition that most people worry about is that they'll feel woozy or need treatment themselves after giving blood. According to the American Red Cross, the average adult human has 10 pints of blood in their body. As blood is continuously produced, then losing a pint of blood in a controlled manner such as a donation is not going to be detrimental. However, if you do feel woozy or uncomfortable after the transfusion or after the donation, the American Red Cross provides refreshments for free of charge at all its donation centers and a place to relax after you donate for as long as you see fit. As with any medical procedure, a reaction or negative reaction is possible. However, in the case of blood donation, it's highly improbable that one will occur. In the age of electronic ID theft, people are also leery of giving out their personal information. When you donate blood, they're going to require two types of information: administrative and medical information. The administrative information includes your name, address, and a government photo ID. You don't need to worry about this information getting out, as your information is protected by the Privacy Act of 1974 and will not, under any circumstances, be distributed to third parties. As far as your medical info goes, they're going to need information about whether you're currently sick, the last time you were sick, any chronic illnesses you have, and the last time you donated blood. This information is going to be very specific to the blood donation process, and it's not going to be any more personal than necessary to ensure the safety of you and the those you're donating the blood to. This information is protected by the Privacy Act of 1974, as well as doctor-patient confidentiality laws. So as we can see, the benefits far outweigh the risks of blood donation. If you already give blood, then you're to be commended for helping out your fellow man. If not, I hope that these facts and the information I gave you about common concerns will convince you to donate blood in the future. If you're not eligible to donate blood due to an existing condition or any other reason, then I encourage you to volunteer, as you can still help out with this very important subject. The life you save can be of yours or someone that you love.